What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pelican. I'm coming back today with another Dankro video. Now, I happen to realize we haven't beaten this EX mission yet, and we haven't really talked about it. I've had a hell of a time with this, but I think I have a strategy now that works. So let's go ahead and talk about the team, and then we'll talk about the strategy. So, number one, if you have the new Ryu, I like her. She has a major problem here, but she is really designed for this. And I'll show you how to properly utilize her to the best of her abilities. Number two, I'm going to go with the third slot in my team, and that is Gareth. Gareth is fantastic at this. Gareth has literally become my go-to for this. He's got a ton of HP. He's got a ton of defense. He produces a good enough amount of damage. It really isn't going to be a problem. And him with the Loki assist really just works out pretty well. The Winnie assist on Ryu is perfect because Winnie gives her the health back that she loses pretty effectively. I mean, we all know at this point that Ryu is a glass cannon, 100%. Now, for my third unit, I'm going to be using Belle and Hestia. Now, normally I'd use Tiona here, but the honest answer is Tiona's at a type deficit. It is asking for a yellow type. Your opponent is a purple type. Yellow is going to be strong against them, hence why we're using Ryu and Gareth. So being purple type and Tiona being blue means that Tiona is going to be... She is going to be a bit deficient here. So we're using Belle instead. Now, and of course Hestia to give him a little bit of a boost. Strategy-wise, pay close attention because there are a few interesting caveats to this. Now, number one, it is going to open up with Ryu, but I'm going to swap her out. Now, I have her in the front position just because then I've got my my left bumper that I can bump and just drop her into the battle. Not really that big of a deal, but it is what it is. I'm going to drop his item early. Oh, good grief. Do be careful of the pumpkin bombs. You have to time everything just right, because if he starts dropping those pumpkin bombs while you're setting up and you're vulnerable, it's going to hurt. Now, I can take a little bit of early damage here, and I can actually drop Loki after that and give ourselves a little bit of leeway. I love Gareth's attack because it will actually knock the opponent down, and then you'll notice what we're doing here is we're literally just... we're just building up SAs with the other two. So I'm going to swap in Belle, hopefully avoid the pumpkin bombs, and then do his SA and his two main attacks. And actually, oops. I didn't mean to do that. I'll have to do it again. Come on. Come on. Yeah, eat the pumpkin bombs. That's fine. Here's Loki. So the main thing with Belle, and actually I could swap Ryu back in here, but now I kind of messed up my whole mojo. All right. The main thing with Belle is when you drop him in, you want to immediately drop his item, but I panic swapped instead of dropping Hestia. So you want to drop his item and his assist immediately. All right, so assist, item, and then SA. Boom. Oh, come on, my dude. See, this is the biggest issue here. Once he starts doing that barrier attack, I haven't found a reliable way to really get rid of that. It has been a problem for me. But now, Ryu's been sitting on the sidelines waiting to do her SA, so we're going to give her her due. Downside is she just took some damage, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal in the early part of this, because I can always use Winnie to regen a bunch of that damage. Now, the main thing with Ryu, you got to remember, and we'll swap him back in. He's about to get his SA. There we go. Knock them down. So you really want to kind of alternate these SAs. So Belle and Ryu are about to get their SAs again. Run for the pumpkin bombs. There we go. Okay, so I can now swap in Belle. Boom, I should have done Hestia and the item. I don't want to take that damage, but it is what it is. And the nice part is with Ryu's SA, it's got a wide enough range that not only does it poison him, so he takes a little bit of extra damage, but We'll swap him out again. It also it also has a wide enough range that it takes out a bunch of those little pumpkins at the same time. So those little nuisance pumpkins just kind of get dealt with there. All right. Oh, was not worth it all. All right, so let's see what we can do here. I left myself open to the pumpkin bombs, and that is on me. Now, I do have the pumpkin item on Ryu, and that's kind of like a last-ditch effort. I'm going to beat up this guy and get... oh, no. All right. So I haven't found a reliable way to break that barrier, and that's just the one deficiency in this run. I've gotten a lot of recommendations of tactics, but I'll be honest with you guys, nothing has ever been able to reliably remove that barrier. So I just don't have a super amount of faith in that. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take these little guys out and build up that SA. Oh, come on. Reuse SAs incoming too. And since they only track you for a couple of seconds, you have a lot of time to kind of run around and make things happen. Oh, Belle. No. Dude, we need you alive. All right. There we go. Remember, taking them out. See, I've hit him with a full-on triple SA, and it hasn't broken that barrier. So my faith in that barrier is, I see the barrier go up, I just run. It's very simple for me. All right, we'll get a little bit of health back with Winnie. I am being a little more cautious with Ryu, but notice we're pretty. Oh, jeez, get out of there, girl. Good grief. All right, so we're going to do Belle's SA, and we got it. So it got a little hairy, got a little dicey, but if I had Gareth in there and take a little bit of less damage, it would have been fine. The big thing is when he does those homing pumpkins, just get, run from those. Those are no good. Those are no fun. If you can find a way to reliably break his barrier, more power to you. I have these units pretty well leveled up. Everyone's level 70. I have their basic skills at least up to level 8, if not level 9. All their SAs are level 8 to level 9. Their interim skills are kind of all over the place, but nothing's lower than level 5. So, it's not like we're slouching here by any stretch. So, I have not found a way to do it. If you could break his barrier, you could probably beat this a lot easier. But personally, this is the tactic I went with. And this is my first clear on this, admittedly. I've been trying for a few days. I've had to do a few upgrades. I've had to work on tactics. It's not an easy mission. But now that I have it beaten, I can actually go in and auto-run it for the next 6-7 days while this event is around. So, like, comment, share. We'll come back and we'll talk about event ranking here really soon.